there's nothing incriminating in the file, sir,
Venezuelan,
why
sir?
not act? Why are you using this?
Quiet, Mickey.
Why are you using this?
Quiet, Mickey.
I'm Venezuelan, sir. You've had a lot of meetings.
If there's
Go ahead,
nothing
go ahead.
incriminating in the file, sir,
Venezuelan,
why
sir?
not act? Why are you
Quiet,
using this?
quiet, Mickey.
I mean, what do you even say at this point? It's disgusting. It's vile when he calls a reporter who's trying to do her job and says, "Quiet piggy," but are we surprised? I mean, is this a line? Have we not crossed this line 1,000 times before? Don't get me wrong. This is despicable. This is terrible. Don't get me wrong. But what are we doing here? This is just allowed every single day. And for anybody else, any other politician, this would be political suicide. Career over. But for Donald Trump, nobody questions it. Did anybody in the reporter pool say anything? Did anybody go off? If I had been there, I'd have given him the old Miss Piggy, the hi-ya, and chopped him in the throat. But nobody says anything because nobody cares, because we're so numb to it, and he gets away with everything. So as startling, as horrible, as tragic, as whatever word you want to put in there, it's just water off a duck's back. It doesn't matter, and we move on because he gets a pass for everything. Kamala Harris, Joe Biden, Obama couldn't look the wrong direction without getting called out, and Donald Trump can tell a reporter, "Quiet piggy," and we just move on with our business.
Trump just said live on air to CBS, to Jennifer Jacobs, "Quiet, quiet piggy." Quiet, quiet piggy to a female reporter live on Air Force One on CBS.
This is Catherine Lucy. She worked for the Wall Street Journal, and she had the audacity yesterday to ask the president about the Epstein files, which of course everyone is asking him about the Epstein files, but he doesn't want to talk about it. And instead of responding with no comment, or just not responding because there was a plethora of reporters who were shouting questions at him, he looked at her, he leaned in, and he said, "Quiet, piggy." He called this woman, an accomplished journalist who has been covering the White House for the Wall Street Journal, who graduated from the University of Penn, who is clearly an intelligent, well thought out reporter, and he called her a piggy. And that's what men do when they don't have an argument, when they have nothing to say. They call us crazy or they critique our looks. If he is willing to say that on camera, on Air Force One, live, what is he saying behind closed doors? You ladies, you and I both know what he's saying. You know how he behaves, and you fully understand what he thinks of women. And if you don't, you should now.
Hey guys, this video has actually been going viral in the past few hours. It's actually the Orange Man telling a reporter, "Quiet, quiet piggy." Can you imagine if this was a Democrat president? Can you imagine if this was Barack Obama doing this, for instance? Why does the Orange Man actually always get away with such things? It doesn't make sense to me, because I've been noticing there's a lot of stuff that the Orange Man actually does, and he gets away with it. Look at all his felony charges, and he hasn't even caught one. All these Epstein files and all that stuff, he hasn't actually caught any case. Just take a second and imagine if a Democrat president actually did half of the things that the Orange Man does. Wouldn't he actually have been impeached a long time ago? But yeah, let's keep watching, guys. Subscribe to the channel. Leave me a comment down below of your opinion of today's episode. Don't forget to hit that like button. Really helps with the algorithm when you hit like and leave a comment. Let's keep watching.
I posted a video about Donald Trump on Air Force One insulting a female reporter. Her name is Catherine Lucy of Bloomberg. Yeah, she was asking him questions about Epstein, and he turned to her and told her, "Quiet, piggy." He called her a piggy. Do you think that it makes him feel like more of a man, like a bigger man, because he insults and degrades and disrespects women? Now, he's always had problems with reporters, but I feel like the bigger problem here is that Donald Trump has a problem with women in general. Donald Trump hates women. Now, I don't know if this is some kind of mommy issue that he has, but he dislikes smart women, women that he feels intimidated by. Now, just imagine if this woman, Catherine Lucy, was your mother, this reporter, Catherine Lucy, if she was your mother, your sister, your daughter, a good friend of yours? How would you feel if the President of the United States insulted her by calling her piggy? Let me know in the comments. Peace out.
Yeah,
If there's
Jennifer, go
nothing
ahead. Go ahead.
incriminating in the file, sir,
Venezuelan,
why
sir.
not act? Why
Quiet.
acting as if
Quiet. Begin.
I'm Venezuelan, sir.
This happened last night on a plane. A woman who's a reporter asked Donald Trump about the Epstein files. It's a big thing right now. He should be able to respond to this like a competent leader without throwing a tantrum. But instead, he looks at the woman reporter and says, "Quiet, piggy." To my Christian conservative family members who are watching this and just being like, oh my gosh, how did Mercedes step away from conservatism or the Republican Party? It's because I kept the Christian part and had to kick the rest because this is what the party had become. This is what Christian conservatism is now. It is excusing horrible behavior and pretending like we've blanketed it in Jesus Christ and just excusing stuff like this.
All I know is that these reporters have a job to do, and I don't know what they get paid. I really don't. But I can tell you that in my heart and soul, as I'm standing here before this phone recording this video, there ain't no way that man would have put his finger in my face and told me to be quiet, piggy, and he wouldn't have got cussed the fuck out. I promise you, every negative stereotype about a black woman being angry, being aggressive, being loud, he would have caught every bit of these hands. I would be in jail. I would be under the jail. The Secret Service would have had to tie me to take me off that plane. And I know I can say this because I'm standing here talking to my phone, talking to y'all, but I promise you, he would have got cussed smooth the fuck out. I don't know when people are going to stop letting this syphilitic senior citizen bully them. Because I promise you, I would have called him a bunch of names too. I'd have been like, you syphilis-addled, Alzheimer demented, dick-sucking bitch. Mr. President, I just feel like that's how it went down. Because, again, I know we can say a lot of things because it wasn't us in that moment, but I feel like I know myself well enough that I would cuss him the fuck out. Because I've done that. And had to leave jobs. If you know what I'm saying.
Okay, so can I just say something? If I am a member of the press pool speaking to the president, and I am standing there in that press pool, and the president puts his finger in a female reporter's face and tells her, quiet, piggy, I am not standing there and saying nothing in that situation. I am not tolerating that. I am either cursing him out to his face, I know, he's the president, whatever, but there's a moment where you have to be willing to lose your job. Or at the very least, I am walking out and refusing to do more press conferences until he stops abusing women. What the fuck, you guys? Are we putting up with this now? This is going to become normal? This is not normal. It's not tolerable. It is not tolerable behavior by anybody, let alone the President of the United States. Why is the press not refusing to cover him? Why are they not saying we will not work with a person who is abusive to members of our press corps? You guys, I'm sorry, but I am not seeing allyship here. I don't know what happened. This is just being reported by people now. He called her piggy. He put his finger in her face. That's abuse. That's threatening behavior. It's derogatory language. It's disgusting. If you saw a man speaking to a woman that way on the street, you'd say something. Why are you not saying something to the President of the United States? Because you're afraid of him? What's he going to do? Put you in jail for using words? You're journalists. This is an outrageous story. Why did it have to be broken by People magazine? This is unacceptable, you guys. America, have some fucking standards for your president. This is not acceptable. Abusing women publicly in a press corps is not acceptable. And if nobody else in the press will say it, I will say it. And I'm not even in the press. Come on, you guys. What the fuck? This makes me really angry, and it should make everybody really angry. And we should demand better. from our elected representatives, from our president, and from everyone in the press corps who stood there and didn't say anything. Shameful.
All right, guys, we have to talk about this, just as I was actually stating in the intro of this video. Why does the orange man always get away with stuff that a Democrat president wouldn't actually get away with for even 2 weeks? He always get away with some things. Whenever he actually gets a question from a reporter that he cannot answer, what does he do? He asks the reporter, where are you from, or who are you with? And once the reporter actually mentions the news station they are from or the media company they work for, he goes on to call them fake media. That's exactly what he does, and people actually forget about it. Can you imagine if that was Barack Obama? Can you imagine if that was Joe Biden? Could he actually get away with just calling every question that he doesn't like from the media fake media? It doesn't make sense. This man went ahead and, man, called this reporter quiet Liggy. Yeah. You don't just come back from this if you're a Democrat president. You don't. But apparently, for some reason, this man keeps getting away with such stuff. And people don't actually seem to make a big deal out of it. They don't make a fuss out of it. People don't even report it enough. I don't get it. What's his power? Someone tell me in the comment section. What kind of powers does this man hold for him to be able to get away with this stuff? Look at all the felony charges. You look at all the scandals with Epstein files and all that stuff. But he hasn't even caught one. All these charges that he has had against him all over the years, he hasn't even caught one. Can you believe this? I cannot imagine if this was Obama, man. He cannot even survive in office for even a month. He would be impeached immediately. It doesn't make sense. Someone let me in the comments, because I'm beginning to believe that maybe this guy actually has some enchantment or some kind of powers that he actually uses to get away with stuff like this. Calling a reporter like that just because you don't like the question, just because you cannot answer, just because the lady is actually smarter than you and is asking the tough question, instead of handling it, like actually a smart man, or simply actually even answering that no answer, or just keeping quiet would actually pass for me. But you had to go on and, oh man, I don't get it. I don't really get it. It's beyond my imagination. But let me know in the comments, guys. I want to know your opinion about today's episode. Do you think this is acceptable? Do you think it's acceptable for this man to keep on getting away with the stuff that he does? I don't even know, man. I don't even know how to say it. Not even a single Republican president has ever gotten away with what the orange man actually gets away with. And people just get to shove it off. They just don't even make a fuss about it. They don't even make a big deal about it. It's like this man has done so much outrageous things or so much crazy things that people have actually gotten used to it and they don't question it anymore. You let me know in the comments, guys. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Hit that like button. See you on the next episode.